Hi, welcome to Infusion Health, the podcast. I'm comedian Cris Patrick, a.k.a. Self-Claimed Powerman, and I'm here with my co-host and significant other, Rach.
Hey, guys.
Now, today, I'm really excited about this show today because we're working with somebody who's a mindset coach, and she works with entrepreneurs. And me being an entrepreneur in the early stages of the game, right now I need all the help I can get because I'm wearing a lot of hats right now, doing a lot of things. So, we're going to be talking about self-sabotage and how we sabotage ourselves to move forward to get ahead to where we want to go. And her name is Erica Ross. Erica, welcome to the show.
Welcome there, Cris. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, why are some? Well, let's go a little bit into your background. What exactly do you do? How do you work with entrepreneurs and stuff like that?
Well, predominantly hyperachieving women and men, hyperachieving women and men entrepreneurs hire me to help them and their teams identify and clear the key inner mindset blocks that are keeping them stuck.
Okay.
Right. So, and predominantly what many women in particular are stuck in, and guys too, are an old model of using push energy and do more to achieve success, and they burn themselves out. And what they want to learn is, I want to take my business to a next level, but I want to do so in a more calm and peaceful way and have a more stress-free approach to creating new levels of success and wealth. Basically, happiness from the inside out. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do.
Well, one of the things with me with starting the business I started, I've been trying to figure myself out, like what makes me motivated. And I try to look back to my childhood because I came up, like I've said before, I came up in the 70s and 80s. And I was one of those, I'm the youngest out of three boys. And I was always one of those people that was kind of like, and I was told to, are you going to sit there crying? Are you going to do something about it? So I'm basically like, I see something, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And I just go forward with doing it. And I'm just able to push myself. Like when I went and took the real estate exam, I failed it the first time. And my dad's like, well, how'd you do it? I said, well, I failed. He's like, well, keep taking it. If you got to take it 60 times, you got to take it 5 times, 60 times, whatever. Just take it till you pass it. And I did. And I ended up passing it on the 6th time. But I've just always been, I don't know, maybe I've had positive people around me that just says, hey, keep pushing it,
What does get in your way, Cris? What would you say is for you one of your biggest hurdles, or one of the ways that you might, if we use those words, self-sabotage you?
I don't really see anything self-sabotaging me. One of the things that I would say gets in my way is working the 2 jobs, but I got to work 2 jobs and just trying to balance out all the time, because sometimes, for me, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to spend like, an hour doing this, but then sometimes that hour may land into 2 hours because I run into problems here with this, or I got to do this and I got to do that. And one of the things I found out being an entrepreneur starting out is that you wear a lot of hats. You're the CEO, you're the production, you're the employee, you're the workers, you're the IT guy, you're the accountant, so you got to do all that, and just trying to find times to balance out. One of the things I've been doing, and Rach can contest to this, is I've been writing stuff on the calendar. Like you need to put this on the calendar, or we need to do this. And I'm trying my best, trying to get a little bit more organized.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I do is help people look at what ways that they are in their own way. Mm-hmm. And there are predominantly 10 of them. There are 10 saboteurs. And a lot of my work is also based on the work of Shirzad Chamine, who wrote a book called Positive Intelligence. And I'm a coach through his work. I am certified in his work, in process of that. And we identified 10 saboteurs, if you will, 10 inner characters. And one of them is called a hyperachiever. And it's the one, it actually crosses the line between I'm an achiever and I'm a hyperachiever. And it wants you to go so much, so fast, so hard, and all of your worth is tied up in what you're accomplishing, then it's just your way a person sabotages themselves using with that saboteur is to just go after the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And there's sort of like never any peace. The bar just keeps getting raised higher and higher. And that's one of only, as I said, of 10. Do you want to hear about more?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hear about more.
Well, just real quick with that. So are you saying for people just to slow down and celebrate their wins and then go to the next level, or?
There's a lot more to this than that, about how we, this is all based on neuroscience. And as I said, my work is all about mental fitness and mindset mastery. So when you go to the gym to work out your physical muscles, this is like that, which is I'm inviting people to go to a mental fitness gym and do exercises every day that actually help quiet the sides of the brain, the pieces of the brain. And I don't want to just call it the left brain, the right brain, because it's not that simple in neuroscience. But the parts of the brain that are constantly in the fight or flight mode are the places that sabotage us. And the other parts of the brain, we'll call that the sage brain, are the parts where your wisest inner sage comes to the light, comes forward. Well, you can't access that if you're busy running around in your brain with negative lies that you're telling yourself. And there are lies that people tell themselves and then start believing. And here are a couple of them that are very familiar. I have to accomplish this or else I'm not good enough. Or another good lie is I have to please people and I can't ask to have my needs met. Another lie is I have to chase the next shiny bit because, I can't take time to focus. That's another lie. Right. So there's a whole slew of those kinds of lies. And on the other side of the coin, we have the wise sage that has some superpowers, such as being able to make clear, focused decisions and take clear, focused action. And when we're busy sabotaging ourselves, that other part of us is not as available. So that's basically what I teach people how to do, which is to access that other side. Now, one of the ways you access that other side is, believe it or not, is to come to the present moment. And you do that with your senses. So I'll give you an example. So believe it or not. So you're right there running around doing whatever you're doing, and you just take a good 10 seconds out while you're washing your hands in the sink to stop thinking about the next thing that you're going to rush off to do and feel the warm water rushing over your hands.
Totally.
Smell the soap. Smell the soap. Feel the water, right? So even right now, while you're on with me, rather than thinking about, or me doing the same, thinking about what the next question is or what the next answer is, what if we just took a moment and you tuned into the sound of my voice and the timbre of my voice? Now, we're not on camera, so you can't look at my eyes or anything, but you can pay attention to the sound. Or as you do it, you can put your hand on your belly and pay attention, or your chest, to the rise and fall of your chest or belly with the next breath. When we do that, even when we're in the midst of stuff, we automatically lower cortisol levels and we automatically access a wiser part of our brain.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things with me, like, you know, like I said, being an entrepreneur is like when I go to the gym to work out, I keep my phone and all that in the locker because I just want to focus on working out. I don't want to deal with business. I don't want to deal, and I put that kind of on the side to just go, hey, this is my time in the gym, and this is what I want to focus on right now.
Right, and so the deal is that we need to do the same thing with our work. So if I have a segment of my day where this hour I'm focusing on getting a newsletter out, I need to put away my other distractions and put my focus on that.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with distractions, because I think a lot of people, what you want to do is, a lot of people want to get ahead. They want their own business because they may not like being at their job, and they want to run their own business. And, you know, I can get rich, I can buy better things and all that. But one of the things I found out, and one of the things people got to realize, is that this takes time. It you know, you think, well, I can make YouTube videos and make a bunch of money. Yeah, but it takes time to put content out there. So it's a slow process, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're not going to be this instant sensation overnight. You got to work at this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also agree with you. When I'm trying to build my business here on Infusion, it's, okay, what's my next thing that I have to do right after this? What's my next thing? What's my next contact? What's my next episode? What's my next? And sometimes I'm just like, okay, I need to take a break because I'm burnt.
Yeah. And sometimes it's good to take that break.
We don't want you to get, and that's the thing, is we don't want you to get burnt. We want you to take those breaks throughout the day. And and in one of the programs that I do offer, you're actually using an app-based program,
mm-hmm.
and the app reminds you every day throughout the day to take those little breaks, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too. Sometimes it's good just to turn on the TV and just, you know, watch a half hour show. I usually like comedies because they make me laugh. So I'll usually watch something for like a half hour, get my laugh, you know, make me laugh. And then I'll go back to work, or, you know, lunch break or something like that. Just, you know, get out of the house, go walk around, just stand up, just go walk around, grab something to drink. But yeah, it is good to take those breaks, because when you are an entrepreneur, you are driving yourself pretty hard, and you are moving, because you're trying to move forward. But it does help to take a break every now and then.
Well, I like to refer to them as pit stops, because if you think about it, when you think about the race car drivers on the track, right?
Yeah.
It's not an option. I mean, that is what you do. You pull over, you change the tires, you have a pit stop, and you get back on.
Yeah.
It's absolutely critical.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think some people do sabotage themselves? Do you think they're afraid of success? Do you think they're afraid of where they're going?
We all do.
Yeah.
I won't say some people, we all do, because one of the saboteurs we all have is the saboteur called the judge.
Mm-hmm.
The judge is judging all the time. I did this good, I did that not good.
Mm-hmm.
The judge is either judging ourselves, our situations, or others, or all three.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And at any point in time, that judge can beat you bloody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what do you,
right?
Well, with the judge, because sometimes do you think it has to do with our upbringing? Because sometimes we may be mad because the kid at Little League may be mad because he didn't hit that home run, or he didn't get on base, and his dad's like, you didn't get on base, you're a rotten hitter, you're rotten this. Or you got the dad who says, hey, listen, you're not going to get on base every time, but you're out there, you're trying, and sometimes, you know, strikeouts happen, but there's always another game. You know, do you think it's something like that when you're upbringing? Well,
let's put it this way, in the book Positive Intelligence, and you look at the research from all over the world, you can see that upbringing has an impact on things, but the truth of the matter is that inner judge is going to surface anyway. It's the flavor of it might be different, but that inner judge that judges the person walking down the street towards you, whether you look at them and the first thing you think, oh, they're short, they're tall, they're this, they're that, right? Or you judge a situation. We all do it, right? Yeah. So you drop a glass on the floor, the glass breaks, and you swear whatever you swear or not, and you judge it as this is a terrible situation. And it all depends upon how long you hang around in that. So in this work, we talk about it as pain serves a purpose in our lives, physical pain. Yeah. So the physical pain purpose, the purpose of the physical pain is to get us to pay attention to do something, right? So it's like having your hand on a hot stove. So you've got the stove, you've got your hand on it, and you want to pull your hand away from that heat, right? Right. So it's like that, whether you judge yourself, others, or the situation. And how long are you going to keep your hand on the hot stove by the pain of something? So, example, athletes are really good at this. It's about recovery. So I just struck out, or I was an ice skater and I fell, or I went to shoot a basket and I missed. How long I hang out in the pain and the judgment of, oh my God, I screwed up, is the difference between a successful entrepreneur or athlete and one that isn't. How fast I recover. How fast I recover. How fast I recover. Sure. So the only thing that purpose that judge could serve me is, okay, I missed that basket, but is there a way for me to look at it with quiet discernment rather than harsh judgment? Oh, I missed the basket because I aimed a little bit more to the right. Okay, so the next one I'll aim a little bit more to the left. It's very different from, oh my God, you stupid blah, 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 blah. You just messed up, right? Right. Take that to your work as an entrepreneur. It's the same thing. It's how fast we recover from setbacks. There will be setbacks. I've been in business 25 years. There's setbacks.
I know about the setbacks. Trust me, I know I'm going through setbacks right now.
Yeah. And so how fast do we recover is really what it boils down to.
Well, and that's the thing, like you just said, with setbacks. I'm dealing with setbacks right now, but I get this setback and then it's like, okay, I can't do this, but hey, let me talk to this person, see if I can do this here. Let me talk to this person. I can do, it's a constant moving thing as far as, okay, I can't go down this road. I can't go down this road, but hey, this road's open. Let me try this road and see what I can do going down this road.
Right. And there are other ways we sabotage in addition to judging ourselves, others, and situations harshly. As I said, one of those ways is we call it the pleaser saboteur. And that is, I can't ask for, the lie is I can't ask for what I want. I have to please everybody else. Likewise, there's another one called the controller. We say that is, I have to do everything my way. Think about it as an entrepreneur. If I have that aspect running, sabotaging me, I have to have my hands in everything, then I'm never going to be able to delegate and let go and let somebody else step up to the plate.
Okay. That reminds me of Cris at the farmer's market. He had
Tell me about that.
So he has natural snow cones, and he would not go with the flavor strawberry. And I personally bring it over to the farmer's market and said, just try it. Now it's one of the flavors. He wouldn't listen to anything else. He's like, I tried that. I'm like, try it. They might like it.
Okay. Well, quick background. I sell snow cones, but they don't have the traditional syrup on them. What we do is we extract the juice from natural fruits, and then we pour that over the ice. So you're getting it's an all natural snow cone called Nature's Ice. But one of the things I've found with me and frustrates me is that, like I said, being an entrepreneur, you got to wear a lot of hats, and it's like, okay, when money starts to come in, it's like, okay, I can delegate this out to here. I can have this person work on IT. I can have this person do this. I can have this person do that. But then it's like, okay, I need it done at this time. You say it's going to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I expect it done. I expect it. And if not, then what I'm starting to find out is I got to get somebody else who's more reliable, or I'm delegating it out so I don't have to do it. But then all of a sudden, when you didn't do it right, now I got to go in there and do it. I delegated this job out to you so you can get it done. Now you didn't do it right. Now I got to go do it. And that's the thing, is trying to
find. Nice deep breath there, Cris. Nice deep breath. So I will tell you that I'm pretty confident I just identified one of your saboteurs, but we'll see. At another point in time, I'll send you both an assessment, and any of your listeners as well.
Absolutely.
They can shoot me an email, tapwitherica@gmail.com.
And at the end of the show, we'll definitely let you tell us where you can be reached if you want to reach. And then Rachel,
well, I'm telling you that.
Okay.
We'll put the link.
We want you to go ahead and take that saboteur assessment and let me do a debrief for you, because that might be a place to work on letting go. Because one of the lies that entrepreneurs tell themselves is, I can't delegate until I'm bringing in enough money to delegate. Listen to the lie. I can't delegate until I'm bringing in enough money to delegate. If I keep hypnotizing myself with that thought pattern, then it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's going to be true.
Okay. Well, my thing is, when I said that I can't delegate till I get them, but see, when you get somebody to come in to work on the website and all that, those people expect to be paid. I don't have the money to pay them right now. So that's the thing. That's what I mean by that, is that when money starts to come in, I can pay this person to do the job. I can pay this person to do the job.
Yeah, well, we might have to work on that one. We might have to work on that.
Well, asking somebody to work on my website and to do all that, they're not going to do it for free. Can you do that?
Some people actually will, if they're good friends of yours and they know how to do it.
Yeah, if they're good friends, and they know how to do it. But
are you going to mastermind your way over it? I mean, that's what she's kind of saying.
Right. But so what we're looking at here, though, is to really examine what some of our beliefs are, and then we're going to do some things around that. And one of the other things I do is EFT, and Rachel and I have talked about that. I don't know if you brought that up to Cris, but I do emotional freedom techniques, which is also called tapping, which helps us release some of those thought patterns.
And that's the thing. And like I said, that's the thing with the way I am, is that I need this done. I'm paying you to do it. I need this done. And this is how I want it done. And at this particular time, you said you could have it done at this particular time. I need it done at that particular time.
Let me ask you something. One of the superpowers of the sage is empathy. Empathy to yourself and empathy to others. How strong would you say your self-empathy is?
Self-empathy. I would say it's pretty good. Yeah.
So then that would be another place to take a look and say, this is the way this is the way I need it done, and this is what I'm paying you to do it for, and extend empathy if something got in the way, whether to yourself or to them. And then if you need to, then you make a shift and you find somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the way I see it is, I worked for this guy, for this company, and he would get lividly upset when I wasn't able to give him the progress that he wanted. And my thing is that when you have this look on people, you're not seeing that they have other things that could be going on with them. And maybe that's why they're not progressing. Or are they just really trying to sabotage you? Because I would take that in two different approaches. If life things is going on with that person, then I'm going to give them a little bit more leniency. If they're choosing to sabotage me, then it's time to let them go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing of, and I understand, people are going through things, people are going through stuff and all that, and I understand that, but it's just constantly, if it gets to a point to where I'll have this done in 2 weeks, well, this is going on. I'll have this done in well, this is going on, and this is okay. Every time I talk to you about doing something, you always got something going on. I need to find somebody else that can get this done.
Yep, that is definitely, something you need to do. If you take, and that's your wise action, then that's what you need to do. And not, like I said, if you've got a pleaser saboteur going on, then you're going to take it until you explode. Mm-hmm. And, you don't want to do that either. Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, when you asked me earlier, what is one of my biggest saboteurs? My biggest saboteur, I think, is just trying. I like to move forward, and I think one of my biggest is when I have to wait for somebody. I have to wait for somebody to do this so I can do this. So that really, really like drives me nuts, because it's like, I need you to get this done so I can do this, and I got to keep getting on you to get this done. And if I can't get this done, then I can't move forward. And I think that's the biggest thing that really upsets me, is that I got to rely on you to get this done so I can do this. And when I have to rely on other people, sometimes that kind of gets me, because it's like, if it was just me, I'd have it done. But no, I got to wait till you get this and do this. And,
It's one of the arts of being an entrepreneur, though, is you're not in it by yourself. We think that we are, but we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so developing patience is a really important aspect of entrepreneuring. Mm-hmm. And the inner saboteur, we call that aspect, is the restless. Mm-hmm. The one that wants to push forward and jump to the next thing or get on with it, right? It's a little also somewhat of the one with the control, but there's solutions for all of this. Identifying what sabotages us, what gets in our way. I like to use those words better because it sounds harsh to judge sabotage, but it is truly how do we get in our own way? If we really stop and assess the situation, mm-hmm. how are we getting in our own way?
Well, like example, I talked to a lady I work with, and she hooked me up with a lady who could do my website. So I called her like 3 or 4 times, left messages with her. She gets back to me via text, and I'm like, well, I can't talk to you on a text. I can't talk to you about this texting back and forth. I said, call me. So the lady said she'd call me. She never called me, and I just went, you know what? I'm not even going to use her. Then I met this other guy who said he could do it, and we talked about it and all that. And I said, my only thing is, I need you to be reliable. If you tell me you can take as long as you want to do it, but if you say you can need a month to put it together, fine, I'll give you the month. But in the month, I expect it done. And if you're good and you deliver on time, I'll keep using you. Not only that, but I'll refer other people to you. But that's the main thing now, is that you looking at what you want and getting reliable people to be reliable and get stuff done on time. That's not only going to help me out, but it's also going to help you out, because I can refer other people to, this guy's on time. He does what he says he's going to do, and he gets it done.
Yep. Then, and if that is the one is that the one you went with?
Yeah, we're still talking. We're going to talk to him, I think, later on this month, but we're going to sit down and talk. But I'm hoping that, he's like, how much time is I said, how much time is going to take you? He said, this long. I said, well, if I give you the time, I need it done. And if you need more time, let me know up front so I can expect it. But when the time is up, I need it done.
The other thing I like to do is to chunk things down to test people out as well, which is to say, let's try a mini task first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So maybe you just work on my about page and give me the time frame you think that'll be done. Sure. And then let's check back in. So then I can see, like, before I've given the whole thing a month, and then at the end of the month, nothing got done. Mm-hmm. I'm better off to chunk it down and say, try this one little thing first. And then let me see how that goes. Kind of like a trial period, right?
Yeah,
Before I really,
Yeah, before you dive in and spend the money and all that.
Well, for your sabotages. Sorry, Erica. Go ahead. I would say I see two. I see the one where you need to be the king of your realm and really like getting in there, needing to done, blah, 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 you know, and self-sabotaging other people that are trying to help you. And some of those people are me sometimes because of the when you're going forward in the strudel business and you're like, I don't have time to try out this new recipe. So I've learned with you where other strangers and friends don't know is that I present the product to you. And then you're like, okay, I can relax. They did it for me. I'm good. You know? And the other one is you zoning in your business and not allowing life to happen during that time.
Yeah, well, right now, being very busy and getting this started, you know, her brother came in a couple weeks ago and they were going out to do stuff. I'm like, I can't. And I had to call him up and say, listen, there's nothing against you. You're welcome here anytime. But the reason I couldn't go do stuff because on the weekends I become a hermit. I got to do all this stuff. I got to get all this stuff done, you know, to get this going. Two, hopefully down the line, once it's up and going, I can free up a little bit more time and stuff like that.
Well, my prayer for you, Cris, is that you can free yourself up, even if it's for 10 seconds, a few times during the day, to stop and take a nice deep breath. Because we don't want you going at such a pace.
Oh no,
that you burn yourself out.
I don't do that. I don't do it. Like I said, when I go to the gym, I see a lot of people in the gym, and a lot of people are working out with apps now, and they got their phones with them. A lot of people are talking on their phones. My phone stays in my locker. I'm working out. This is my time. And also too, I take some time, walk downstairs, watch a TV show. But yeah, I do take breaks. I know about getting burnt out.
It's a good thing. Yeah. There's so many ways that we get in our own ways. And for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's also wondering if they really deserve success.
Yeah.
And deservedness is a big way that people undermine. And I'm talking about me even working with 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs who are wondering if they deserve the next level.
Sure.
And so it's not just beginning entrepreneurs. It's rampant. It's everywhere.
Well, one last thing I want to say, and I want to say to people out there, is that if you're trying to be an entrepreneur and you want to be an entrepreneur, I definitely say go for it. But one of the things that you got to ask yourself is that, listen, you're everything. You're going to wear a lot of hats, and you're going to be very, very busy, and you're going to have. I like to go out to the clubs every Saturday night and go hang out and go dance, and well, some of that stuff you're going to have to cut back because it's a lot of work, and if you want to do it, definitely say go for it. But one of the things is that we get caught into the realm of, hey, I go to work 9 to 5 every 2 weeks. I get a paycheck coming into me, and it's easy to get locked into that. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's going to be a while before you do get paid, before you do get that steady pay, and you're going to have to do 2 or 3 things to keep the steady pay coming. And sometimes it's a sacrifice, but if you want to do it, definitely go for it.
Well, all of that are also your full agenda of beliefs. Let's say that, because there are other additional thoughts with entrepreneuring as well. Is that I do money mindset work, and to be open to the possibility of money coming in other ways is also another way to be open to things coming in.
Well, Erica, I want to tell the listeners, if you guys are wondering what it could be preventing you in your self-sabotage, definitely look up Erica, and she will be in our links. And I really want to thank you, Erica, for coming on and giving us a talk.
Sure thing. And also for you and your listeners, I do have an free entrepreneurs wealth toolkit and mini course. And they can get that. I don't know if you're going to put it in the show notes or you want me to just say it.
I absolutely will. You can say it and I will put it in the show notes.
It's at ericarosscoach.com/toolkit. So ericarosscoach.com/toolkit, and you put it in the show notes. So it's got a bunch of stuff in it, and it also has your action plan for prosperity. It's got an EFT tapping mini course. It's got some of the best episodes from my own podcast. So it's a good little toolkit.
Okay. And Erica, we do appreciate you being on the show. Definitely would like to have you back a little bit more when both our businesses start to be a little bit more successful. Love to have you back about talking about going to the next level and stuff like that.
And I'm going into our toolkit, so you guys, we can always have a conversation about that too. So.
Oh yeah. We'd love to talk to you about the toolkit. I'll definitely check it out, and maybe I'll start looking at it and seeing what we can do. But yeah, I'd love to have another conversation. What do you think, Rach?
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right.
Well, you guys have a great weekend.
Yep, you too.
You too. Thank you so much.
And Rach, you want to close us out?
On here, we are trying to build lines of love where history is built in lines of hate. Even in business, we are trying to make you guys your best advocate. Have a great week.
Take care.